What good man would prefer a country covered with forest and ranged by a couple thousand savages to our extensive republic, studded with cities, towns, and prosperous farms, embellished with all of the improvements which art can devise or industry execute, occupied by more than 12 million happy people, all and filled with all the blessings of liberty, civilization, and religion.
What about our promises? We had already made a treaty with them in 1819, saying we would never encroach on their land.
What about cotton? This young nation of ours necessitates and land for cotton, and we also need to search for gold. Western lands are being wasted on savages who will never bring prosperity to those lands. In fact, my supporters have learned to stop caring about their land. We're already viewing them as a hindrance to our prosperity. It is our God-given right to move west.
But Indian nations are distinct, independent, retaining their original natural rights. This is their ancestral land, which they lay their respect on. And moving westward, we would not only be ridding natives of their natural rights, but also their heritage.
They are savages, and why should a couple of savages get in the way of our growing country? And what of their natural rights? Again, they're but savages who are currently hampering our rising nation. They have no use for their life, liberty, or property.
They have rights. We have made promises, and the Supreme Court shall call the Indian Removal Act unconstitutional.
Well, try and stop me. Westward we'll go.
If you Indians move west and give up the rights of your homelands, we'll give you some land west of the Mississippi.
But this is the land we have inhabited for hundreds of years.
We'll provide you with some financial assistance, but if you guys don't move, we'll have a problem.
This is the land of our ancestors. You can't just make us move on the basis that you believe it's your right to move west.
Oh really? Let's see about that.
See about that.
We should move west. Everyone here knows that eventually the white settlers will take over this land.
Hey, but this is our ancestral sacred land. We can't just move just because the white settlers want to move westward.
These lands aren't worth fighting for. The amount of fighting and lives that will be taken is not worth it. We should just take what we can get and move west.
Our sacred homelands are worth fighting for, and if it is our lives that have to be dealt.
Do you and the Cherokee Nation agree to these terms?
Yes.
Hey! We never agreed to the Treaty of New Echota.
Well, Major Ridge did, a Cherokee Indian.
That fool not even our chief leader.
Well, frankly, we don't care. What we do care about is that you relinquish your rights in the treaty, so you guys need to move.
This heat is unbearable.
We're dying of starvation.
Everyone's dying from diseases.
It's terrible.
Around 100,000 Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, Muskogee, and Seminole natives were forced to move west, and more than 4,000 people died on the Trail of Tears because of disease, starvation, and exposure to extreme weather. When Native Americans were called terms like savage and barbarians, they were stripped of their humanhood to justify genocide against Native Americans. If we look at what happened following the Trail of Tears, we just see a history of colonists giving land, the natives rebuilding, then the colonists wanting to use the natural resources of that land, then taking back the land and harming everything the natives had rebuilt. What we see though is that through everything, natives have a strong resilience and will keep on rebuilding and keep their stories and heritage alive.
The heat is unbearable.
We are dying of starvation.
There's diseases everywhere.
It's terrible.
Yeah, but we should move west. Everyone here knows that the white settlers will eventually take over this land.
We never agreed to the Treaty of New Echota.
Well, Major Ridge did, a Cherokee Indian.
That fool is not our chief leader.